Akashpay is an advanced fiat payment gateway system designed specifically for the Akash network. This innovative solutions enables user to interact with the Akash network using conventional payment methods, ensuring broader accessibility and usability. Our platform is built with focus on ease of integration, security, and regulatory compliance. Let's start with our demo. You're met with a beautiful user interface with a shining bright logo for the Akash network, for the Akashpay system. Let's click on Get Started. As the system does not recognize you, it asks you for a login. This is essential for every payment gateway system as we have to maintain authenticity. As I don't have an account, I will sign up. So I will put in my email and a secure password. I should have got an OTP, so I will refresh my email. And as you see, a beautiful verification email from our team. I'll verify. And as for every platform to maintain financial regulations, we have to do a KYC. So let's do a KYC. I'll pick a date. I'll go to pay back button. So I will put in address, my home, dummy address. So my city, let's say New York, NYCD. My pin code, New York and USA. Let's do US. So I'll have to put my front ID for PAN card for Indian citizens, like tax-related IDs. So I'll put, as it is a demo on dummy data and the transactions are not happening in real life, we'll put anything else. This is just to show the functionality of the form. The form uses upload a thing to upload these photos directly to the cloud, and yeah. So I'll upload these fields as these are required fields, so the form will not submit without them. And I'll upload one more image. These are some random images from my gallery, and while these would be some real images in real world. So I'll save the changes. I have now completed my application successfully, and I will be notified once it's approved. So I'll log in to the platform. I'll put in the password I have put in the email that I have put it, and I'll put in the password. I have logged in, and I am again met with that beautiful user interface with a shining bright logo. Now I will click on Get Started to start giving payments or getting AKT. So as my KYC is still in process, I cannot proceed with payments. Wait a minute. As my KYC is still in process, I cannot proceed with payments. So I will. So right now it is implemented manually because of lack of time. We could not have an admin interface for approving KYC. This could be done via email or via anything. So I will now. Right now I have put it open an endpoint to approve. So I'll approve for 66. And it has approved. I'll reload. And as you can see, I can now pay with the Stripe integration we have done for our platform. I will do some random USD, let's say 1.56. And it has a real time fetch data from the Morales API to get me some AKT. Now I will connect with my Capital Wallet. I'll show you the Capital Wallet integration by disconnecting to the network first. So I'll disconnect to the yes, so I'll disconnect to all. And I can show that with a simple click of button, we can have your wallet address from the Akash network. So I'll approve that, and we have your wallet address. Now I pay with Stripe. Now keeping in mind that this is, as we do not have a business account, so we will not able to accept some real life payments. We will explain you the money flow later with a beautiful diagram. So right now I will put in the dummy data provided by the Stripe API. I'll put in some expiration date and 1, 2, 3, and I will click pay now. So the payment was success, and we are converting the money to the crypto. Now I will move towards the money flow as this payment takes quite a time. So how the money works. And right now I will show you that in my Capital Wallet I have $16 or 16.03 worth of USDC. Due to limitations on the testnet of sandbox of Akash and not having enough layers for the UAKT, we cannot get UAKT on the Osmosis chain also because we do not have pool liquidities there. I will explain in depth in this diagram. So what happens is the user makes a fiat payment at platform's background. We as a platform maintain a USDC liquidity pool because this is essential for our business. Let's say we use an on-ramp or some API. What will happen? Our full operation is dependent on that on-ramp's capability. What we have done is we have come up with an innovative infrastructure solution of having our own USDC liquidity pool on the Arbitrum chain. As I cannot directly buy much USDC on the Osmos chain from my country, India. So I have put Arbitrum chain here. Now coming on Arbitrum chain, we have very high, we cannot directly convert to AKT. As you know, they are based on different blockchains. One is an EVM based blockchain and other is a Cosmos blockchain. And as AKT is not an interchain token, we have to go not directly but through a whole route. So what happens is, as USDC is via Circle is made on the CCTP protocol, that is the cross chain transfer protocol, which helps Noble on, which joins USDC on Arbitrum chain to Noble on Cosmos chain. Now this Noble on Cosmos chain is again sent over to USDC on Osmosis chain via the IBC. So it's made an IBC transfer over some channel. So it is a channel 22 for the Grand 1 Noble testnet to Osmo Test 5. From this, we use the built-in swap in exact amount from the OsmoJS library or the Osmosis Dex RPC to get UAKT on the Osmosis chain. I will show you the procedure. You can visit the docs, as you can see. You can call the swap exact amount in. You can maintain the pool ID, token out denom, and you can get a swap message. And you can sign and broadcast that message. So what right now we are facing the problem is that we do not have this pool ID, or we do not have enough liquidity for the UAKT or to the Osmo swap. Like if we want to swap USDC to UAKT, we need a pool liquidity on the Osmosis Zone DEX. Because of this bottleneck, we are not able to show you the conversion of full chain here. And also further conversion of UAKT to AKT on the testnet is not possible, as the sandbox layers are quite dead. I have also talked to some Akash officials about this, and we were unable to get them up for the demo. So yeah. So what happens is, from UAKT on the Osmosis chain to AKT on the Akash network, we have to make another IBC relay call through the channel for the Osmosis to Akash network. Now let's see if a transaction has been successful. As you can see, my transaction which I had was $16 in my Kepler wallet. Now I got 17.59, which is the equivalent amount of 1.75 of the amount I put in. You can see your transaction at MintScan. You can see the transaction. Okay, so you would think that that's all to a platform, but no, we are a platform of utmost for the users. So we have made with you the lovely dev mode. Dev mode enables developers to create and interact with Akashpay APIs to get their own Akashpay integrations into their app. It's making the project plug and play. So I have to make a new project. Let's call it my useful API, a useful project, and it's a very good project. So I have added my project successfully, and you will met with your useful API card. So I'll use my API credentials for my useful project to get a signature, and that signature is verified at the backend to have a signed verification. So let's say I have put in my app ID and client ID here, and I have this script is available on our website. So I have put it the same payload as the payload I'm giving. Now for you to show that this works, I'll put in an invalid payload that does not match my sign. So I'll put in that payload. I'll generate the sign first. And I'll put in our authorization header. So I'll put in our authorization header. Okay, sign, yes. So I'll put in our sign. And so as my sign generated here is different from here, it's verified from the backend, the signature should be invalid, and that is right. So I'll put now a valid payload that matches my payload in the script. I'll send again. This gives me a lovely access token, which I can now use to access my Akash Networks API. How this works. So let's say I want to access some other endpoint which calls the crypto API. Let's call it transfer to Cosmos. What transfer to Cosmos needs is a sign verification, a token, and a body verification. So it has gone through 3 layers of verification for we to it. I put the access token given to me in a bearer tag. Now let me see if I've turned on my sign verification for this route particularly. Yeah, so I'll have to turn on sign verification here. A comprehensive documentation of our API is available on our docs again. So I'll put in the sign verification, and what I have done is I will call the ETH to Noble ratio, ETH to Noble, which gets the request body email, and from that it takes the session. Every access token is mapped to a session and providing hence an extra layer of authentication. Now I will, with the same payload, I will take this. Now that wallet address was my same wallet address as I had shown you in the Kepler, so that I will see that you can see Akash this, and I will show you here also. That is what. So first I think I'll have to show you. Let's call only one API as we have a crunch of time. So I'll show you that my escrow wallet, from that we have used to do transfer. So it has 11.4 USDC currently. So I will now generate a sign API external transfer to Cosmos with my email as the body, and I will remove these parameters from here also. And I will ensure that I have put in the same request URI. Let's, for the sake of the demo, let's not do that as we are in crunch of time. So I will call the same API. So Cosmos, yes, transfer to Cosmos, yes. So I'll verify the route once again. Transfer to Cosmos, okay, yes. So as you have seen the route, the body, first I'll have to generate a sign. I provide a timestamp. The timestamp and nonce provide an extra layer of extra layer of security. What in real life would happen is that nonce is also randomly generated, but that becomes too complicated to copy and paste, so I have not done that. You can see for yourself, try it out on the website. So I'll put in the sign, oh sorry, not the access token, the sign for this message, and I'll send. Okay, so I must have messed some URL up, API / external / transfer to Cosmos. API external / transfer. I got transfer. My bad, transfer. And here's transfer. So the sign was correct. So I'll send the body. Okay, I'll send. So the request is sent. Again, it will take some time as the transactions are happening real time over the blockchain. I will show you the logs in the backend. As you can see, the contract is initialized. The contracts are initialized as we use the Noble. It burns USDC to the Noble chain, uses Iris as the watch taker, takes the message bytes, transfer it over to Noble using a message from the Cosmos chain, and tells Noble to mint that much amount of money to my wallet. So I will show you that in few minutes of time. As you can see, the USDC is burnt. It now I will have some USDC in my Noble account. So yeah, that was the dev dashboard. So now I will show you the code that we can employ and deploy on the mainnet. So what right now is commented out is the code for an osmosis signer, which first converts to AKT via the cosmology package. It creates an RPC client query and uses the lookup route trade to look up for a trade route. It matches that trade route, calculates the token in amount, calculates the fees using the Osmo.js library, and construct a message using the Osmo.js built-in RPC protocols. So it creates a message, it results, it signs and broadcasts that, it tells it to it's a swap token transfer. Now once that is done, we wait for the transaction. We now again send some IBC tokens towards the Akash address in UAKT over the channel using the Akash Osmo channel and UDIT. Now you will see that in our code all things are done through environment variables. It is very easy to swap between some. I will show you my payment utility. So it is very easy to swap between mainnet and testnet code. For that, you just have to change the smart contract addresses for the CCT bit protocol and these Noble Osmo channel addresses for the IBC relayer, and you'll be able to readily deploy this and check this on testnet. Due to lack of funds, as we are college students, we were unable to do that. So as you can see, this is our WO, which I should not make public, but it's all right. It's all on testnet. So yeah. So thank you